Grow up. Earn your living. Stay out of other people's business. Grab your guns and hunker down because this is unprecedented. This is martial law. And this is just the beginning, folks. Make sure you are right with God because you may meet him before you know it.
When you come against my country, when you come against my family, you try to destroy my people, and I can't just stand by. There's no way that I can stand by.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Echo Chamber. My name is Carlton Cole. If you're new here, consider subscribing, hitting the bell for notifications. Every time we post a new video, you can like, comment, and most importantly, share these videos around as it helps us to beat the censors. We all know there is a lot of censorship to go around. Fortunately, this page is still up, but we see 70,000 Twitter accounts purged. Conservative voices are just not part of the narrative. They don't want to hear the other side. I was watching a video today about cognitive dissonance, which is basically a defense mechanism for those that don't want to hear any other side to any story. And there's some tips, such as, building rapport. If somebody is kind of shutting you out, just make a joke that doesn't insult them. Also, know when enough is enough. Because the most important thing is not arguing with somebody about politics. It's about being united. We can agree to disagree. Now, you may have noticed we've got a kind of a new setup here, and I'm very excited because this was free. So to those that say, well, I can't make videos, I can't make music, I can't create art, where there's a will, there's a way, my pastor Dan would always say, and that is the truth. This video software that you're seeing right now, free. The audio platform I use for recording music is free. So leave a comment if you want to know more about what we got going on, but please share these videos around because we really want this page to grow going forward, and thank you to everyone who supports us. Now, this first story breaks my heart, and I couldn't imagine doing this, but here we go. We see a rat, and that is what this article is about. When I was growing up, they said snitches get stitches. Well, apparently, snitches get riches. And we're going to read, looks like the 18-year-old who turned his old man into law enforcement for his alleged role in the Capitol occupation is raking in the riches. It appears that 18-year-old Jackson Reffitt, who ratted out his old man Guy Reffitt for his alleged sightseeing trip to the U.S. Capitol January 6th, has turned lemons into lemonade, showing that 30 pieces of silver are chump change. It seems the young entrepreneur is on his way to pulling in some major moolah to start up his new life after his family apparently declared him persona non grata for turning in his pops. Now, I assume that's, Latin? I don't know what that means, but you can just kind of read between the lines. The family kicked him out for turning on his dad. This is what you get for allowing your kids to watch CNN. And CNN picked up this story immediately, and they're treating this kid like a hero. Watch this idiot, Chris Cuomo. What a moron. This is what happens when you let these kids watch CNN. Watch this.
I know you love your family, and I know this is hard.
It shows.
So help people understand, why did you feel you had to let authorities know about what was being done to your father and what was happening in his own head?
I don't really know how to explain it. It just felt like the right thing, regardless of my emotions and how I felt and how much I loved my family and my dad. I was worried. I didn't think he would actually do anything bad. But
So why'd you run your mouth?
him saying anything even remotely threatening to me and my sister and my family and government officials, it was just too much.
Now, this
And
wasn't
I
just
felt
one
like-
conversation.
This kid is 18 years old, I don't know when his birthday was, but I can tell you he knows nothing about politics because, so I heard a quote and it said, if you're not liberal when you're young, it means you have no heart. And if you're not conservative when you get older, it means you have no sense. Well, this kid apparently has dollars and cents, and I just want to encourage him to make sure that he puts it in the bank and gets a real job because that money will not sustain him very long, okay? Especially in a Joe Biden economy. He doesn't understand what is about to happen. His freedom of speech is protected right now because he is part of the narrative. He sold out his father. Let's continue to watch.
Jackson, help people understand the context. Like, for how long had you been watching your father change, and what seemed to be the influence on him, and what seemed to be that change?
I wish I could tell you exactly what, but it's been definitely over the past 4 years that it's grown and just snowballed into what my dad's become now. And he's still my father, but he's changed a lot.
No, I'll tell you, he is not your father. I guarantee you this guy has disowned you because you are cashing in on what you've done to dishonor your father. Don't be surprised, folks. Children turn against their parents, at a crazy rate these days. And it's just because they watch garbage like CNN with Young Turks. This is just heartbreaking. I remember there's been times where I've done some terrible, terrible things living under my dad's roof. And sure, I was punished, but he didn't. There was times where I broke the law, and my dad never once, okay, maybe once, threw me in jail, but he never once stopped loving me. And I'll tell you what, this kid does not know what he has just done. And I understand his family disowning him at this point. If I I'm getting tongue-tied here, but here's the deal. I am just beside myself. Can you imagine doing that to your own father, to your own mother, to your own brother, your own sister? If you think that was an insurrection, you obviously don't know anything about history. That was a peaceful protest. We're going to move on. But so when we see CNN propping this kid up, no wonder why this country is turning against itself. If CNN can prop this kid up for turning against his father, what's stopping more people from doing it? $100,000. And look at that smug little smile. This kid has no idea how to live in the real world. I guarantee you. It took me until I was in my mid-20s. Okay, and I'm still figuring it out. Now we're moving on to martial law. The Democrats have not declared martial law, but I will tell you this. This is open martial law. The definition of martial law: military government involving the suspension of ordinary law. That is exactly what's happening right now. You see those bans on small businesses. Meanwhile, Walmart you're still allowed in, and Target, and all these big corporations, you're still allowed in. Meanwhile, they are killing small businesses. You have to wear a mask. Even though these governors do not have the authority to outright make laws. That's just unconstitutional. These edicts are unconstitutional. And you'd be wise to store ammo, store food. Let's read this article. Thousands of National Guard troops will remain in D.C. through at least March, continuing the extraordinary militarization of the city in the days leading up to President Joe Biden's inauguration, albeit at a lesser scale. According to a National Guard spokesperson, 7,000 members will continue supporting federal law enforcement agencies in the city, drawing down to 5,000 by mid-March. The members were requested to assist the security, communications, medical evacuation, logistics, and safety, but the spokesperson could not identify who made the request. Nancy Pelosi, I can guarantee you, Joe Biden doesn't have the brains to carry this out. Harris is on vacation. This is martial law, and anyone who thinks otherwise is willfully ignorant. Martial law definition: military government involving the suspension of ordinary law. Martial law. They are not worried about domestic terrorism. What they would call domestic terrorism, they are worried about. But they are worried about an uprising against their regime. They cheated. And here's the deal. You are the enemy. We are the enemy. The American people who think for themselves, who don't buy into CNN and turn on our own family. We are the enemy. They hate the family. They love to see the divide of this country, not only against family, but neighbor against neighbor, white against black. When we play identity politics, we cause division. Grow up. Earn your living. Stay out of other people's business. Grab your guns and hunker down, because this is unprecedented. This is martial law. And this is just the beginning, folks. Make sure you are right with God, because you may meet him before you know it. Whether it be COVID, whether it be the government turning on its own people, which we've already started to see. Get your guns. Prepare for all-out war. That's what I got for you today. Stay safe. God bless.